Hey guys, what's going on? I am, for those of you who don't know, Anakin1814, and I am here in bed with Mike, also known as musoSF.
And we're doing a bed vlog because that's how we had some of our deepest and most interesting conversations of the weekend. Gary and I shared a room as well as with Katie Blog, and the three of us talked late at night or early in the morning about what we just done and experienced that day during the 888 Toronto gathering. And we also would linger in bed for good amounts of the morning into the afternoon when we were just too tired, too hungover, whatever, to get up and function. So this is what it was like, and we thought we'd use this format to share with you that experience, and ask each other a few questions, and relive the 888 Toronto Meetup experience.
And we kind of wanted to split this up between both of our channels because we really did share a lot of the experience together. So we wanted it on both of our channels. So that's why we're in one bed. And we have some questions that we're going to ask each other.
So I'm going to start with the first question, Gary. Can you describe for everybody the basic itinerary of our trip this week?
Let's see. I came from where I live, drove down to Chicago, a 3-hour drive. Met up with Mike, who flew into Chicago from San Francisco, and we hung out here in Chicago Tuesday night. Got up Wednesday morning, drove to Michigan to meet Brian Nessel, who we then drove 6 hours with to cross the Canadian border and go into Toronto for the actual gathering itself. And then we met up with Katie Blog in our room later that night. Well, we met up with her outside the hotel, but then Katie Blog roomed with us the whole time in our room. And today is Sunday,
The 10th
of 10th. We have been up so late, so many nights that it feels like a month has gone by. So we're really tired. It's 10 after 2, and we've been traveling since noon today or something. So we've had a very long day. So if we look like zombies, and, we're trying to figure out days here. So yeah, we hung out. We shared a room with Katie Blog until today. So that's kind of been our little basic itinerary.
What would you say was your biggest surprise of this weekend?
It actually, oddly enough, was meeting Katie Blog. I've actually only seen a few of her videos, and just thought she was like this. And I mean, she is this incredible, huge person on YouTube. She's tiny, but like just a buttload of views and subscribers. And when you told me that we were going to be, or you asked me if it was cool if she roomed with us, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But she was the coolest person like I've met in a long time, and it added an element to my experience that I never thought about at all. That it just kind of happened. So that was it for me. What about you?
Probably my biggest surprise was learning to have a new perspective and a new attitude on some of the very popular YouTubers. Not all of them. I mean, we all heard stories and witnessed things, some of which put the popular YouTubers in a good light, and some of which put them in a bad light. So there were heroes and villains, so to speak, to be dramatic. But seriously, for the first time, I had a little bit of understanding into what their life is like and how it's different from a lot of us, and how, if I were dealing with the kind of stuff they were dealing with, would I be more like them, and does that explain some of their behavior that people misunderstand? So, I mean, some of the really popular YouTubers, they would walk in the front door of the hotel and instantly be surrounded by groups of people wanting to talk to them, wanting their autograph, wanting, that whatever, wanting to take some video of them, wanting to take photos with them. And I saw it happen to some of them at times when it was kind of, I could see that it was intrusive, and it was, people weren't very respectful of their space. And, I know that, I mean, people here on YouTube aren't stars, but they get treated with a lot of attention, and, it's hard to live a normal life, and that would make you want to seclude yourself and be with people you know and love. And, I don't fault some of them for doing that.
But then some of them ate that up. They ate up the celebrity part. Not all of them.
Right.
I mean, it was some of them, that's just how they dealt with it. They had no other way to do it because it's hard getting them bombarded like that all the time. So it was really interesting to see, though, the few jackasses who believed their own hype.
Yeah.
And would ignore people who weren't like the cool kids. And then there were other people that were as socially awkward as the rest of us, who are considered huge on YouTube. So that was really interesting to watch. And it was, I would say, for me, it was like a 50-50 thing. And it was really no different than kind of my perspectives on certain people I met. Like, some people were like so cool and so animated and really cool, and it came across so differently in their videos, and other people were much more reserved. And it's no different, just they have to deal with more crap, I think. Cool? All right, next question. Name one person you weren't close to that you became much closer to.
For me, that would probably be Michelle, Anything Sarcastic. We actually had met a week before in New York when I went there to see F3X PGM, Felix.
Are we, okay, anybody watching this, play a drinking game. We're going to drop some serious names in this vlog. So, we're all going to.
I think, yeah, I mean, when I can't help but talk about people that I've met that I really like, and honestly, when they're people that I think others would really enjoy, I really want you to know who it was. So, anyway, Michelle, Anything Sarcastic, she was amazing. She's so funny. She's so sarcastic. Surprise, surprise. She's just got the most amazing sense of humor. She's gorgeous. She's just a delight. A delight. I mean, it's like being around her was a joy. And she spent a lot of time. She wasn't staying at the hotel, but she spent a lot of time at the hotel. So we got to see a lot of her, which was so I really got closer to her and really loved that.
Yeah, she was very cool. Very cool. I think for me it was, well, other than meeting Katie, who just was so cool. I don't know how else to put it other than just what an awesome person she was, and friendly, and just, I don't mean to keep gushing, but it's true. The other one for me was Christopher Mast. Some of my friends on the site know I've kind of just started to become friends with Christopher, and I thought I was going to meet the ego, Christopher Mast, and I've had a lot of talking with Mike about why Christopher Mast and I are actually becoming friends, and I know exactly why we're becoming friends, and I was really impressed by how he was so not his YouTube facade. And I thought that was really, really cool. So probably those were the two biggest surprises, like out of everybody for me, that really added to the experience in levels that I never considered, never even thought would be part of the experience, which is a huge thing right now.